Let's record our formula. So this is what our formula will look like. The area of a rectangle is equal to length times width. Now we're going to use our formula to calculate the area of a rectangle. I'm going to call my rectangle A. Let's have a look. Here we have rectangle A. The length is 6 centimeters and the width is 4 centimeters. Let's record that on our picture. We have 6 centimeters as the length and the width is 4 centimeters. Now remember, we're trying to find the area. Can you remember the formula? Oh, it's very easy. The area of a rectangle is equal to length times width. And we have our length as 6 centimeters times our width as 4 centimeters. Now I know you know your tables. 6 times 4 is 24. And remember, we measure in square units. And there you have it. Using the formula to calculate the area was easy. Just don't forget we measure in square units. Now I'd like you to calculate the area of some rectangles. Use our formula. Enjoy! Let's see if the learners have any other questions.
Thank you so much, guys. Gogeto, don't you just love them?
I do.
They're awesome, hey?
Yes.
All right, now Gogeto's got another question for us. As you know, Gogeto, how are you doing?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm very good, thank you. So tell me, how do you spend your spare time?
I like playing board games, and my best is Monopoly.
Monopoly? Oh, that is super cool, hey? You have a lot of fun. Good stuff. So why don't you go ahead and ask your question?
I know how to find an area of a rectangle. Is it the same for a square?
Well, is it the same?
Let's look at our formula for finding the area of a rectangle and then see how that relates to squares. The area of a rectangle is equal to length times width. In the square, the length and the width, they're the same. So we can actually simplify our formula. Let's have a look. Now let's start by writing what we want to find out. We're looking for the area of a square. Now we know that the area of a square is the same as the area of a rectangle, so we can write that's length times width. But we know that the length and the width is the same size. So instead of calling it length or width, why don't we just make it, it's a side. So the first one is a side, and we're multiplying with another side. Now we can use exponents. Let's see, can you remember? It would be side squared. So to find the area of a square, we have to use side squared. Now we're going to use our new formula to find the area of a square. Remember, the area of a square is side squared. Let's investigate a square with sides 7 centimeters. Now let's start just by drawing a picture of the square. Now remember, all sides are equal. If my picture isn't that good, you pretend. This is 7 centimeters. Now can you remember what is our formula? You should know it by now. Area of a square is equal to side squared. Now what's the side? The side is 7 centimeters, and we need to square that. And 7 times 7, 49 square centimeters. Couldn't be easier. Now we've learned how to find the area of a rectangle and a square. We also know how to find the perimeter of a rectangle and a square. So let's compare perimeter and area. Here's the two examples we need to investigate. This one, rectangle A, and this one, rectangle B. Now, I didn't draw them to scale, but I did put in their measurements. Now, let's start with finding their perimeter. So, the perimeter of A. Now, can you remember what is our formula? 2 times the length plus the width. So, we have the length as 5 centimeters, the width as 4 centimeters. That gives us 9 centimeters, and if you multiply that with 2, you get 18 centimeters. Remember, perimeter is measured in centimeters. Now let's work out the area of A. The area of A. Can you remember the formula? Length times width. And our length is 5, our width is 4. So we have 20. But it's area. Area is measured in square centimeters. Now, let's go to our second one and see what we can discover. Here we have perimeter of B. Now again, our formula is 2 times the length plus the width. And our length here, width is 2, length is 10. So length is 10 plus width 2, and that gives me 12 times 2, 24 centimeters. Now we need to find the area. So the area of A. And again, our formula, length times width. Our length is 10 centimeters and our width is 2 centimeters. And we find that gives us a total of 20 square centimeters. Did you notice that although the areas were the same, 20 square centimeters, we had different perimeters? The one was 18 centimeters and the other one 24 centimeters. So we can form a conclusion. The conclusion is you can have rectangles with the same area, but they won't necessarily have the same perimeter. Now I wonder if it's true for the other way around. If we have the same perimeter, can the rectangles have different area? I think you need to investigate. I'd like you to try activity 3 in your workbook. Use our formula and work out the area of some squares. I hope that you enjoyed our third lesson on measurement and that you can now calculate the area of rectangles and squares. Remember, by now you should be able to calculate both the perimeter and the area of your rectangles and squares. See you next time.
Well guys, that's it from me and Koketso. I'm going to see you all in our next lesson and I hope you enjoyed this one on area. But until then, ciao.
Bye.